Hey, what is going on, crypto people? Listen, this is your XRP Ripple daily news in around 0 to 10 minutes. I got a lot of stuff to cover. I'm going to be in and out of crypto for points. We're going to hear from Joe Rogan. We're going to hear from Raoul Paul. We're going to hear from David Sachs. We're going to hear from the Congress meeting today with the Digital Asset Subcommittee, all to make a point and end this video with what I believe to be the answer for you and I, the average Joe and Jane in the digital asset space. All right, guys, so here it is. I'm gonna rapid fire through this stuff, so get freaking ready. So this is an interesting little podcast, 53 seconds from Joe Rogan. People are worried that Elon is going to steal everyone's money. He has $400 billion. Elon's not going to steal your money. That's not what he's doing. He's a super genius that has been effed with. You know, when you've been effed with by these nitwits, they hide behind three-letter agencies. And you're dealing with one of the smartest people alive, helping President Trump get into the office and find out what corruption is really going on. It's important, family, to get the bigger picture. We don't want to stay distracted by entertainment. We want to study out the big picture so that we can realize that they've been screwing with us and stealing from us and robbing for us for a long time. For a long time. Check this out. I like Joe because he gets the big picture.
Like, wow, we have a brilliant mind. That's fucking amazing. And then this other thing about Elon. Elon's going to steal everybody's money. He has $400 billion. I'm telling you, he's not going to steal your money. I'm telling you, that's not what he's doing. What he's doing is he's a super genius that's been fucked with. Okay? And when you've been fucked with by these nitwits that hide behind three-letter agencies, and you're dealing with one of the smartest people alive, and he helps Donald Trump get in office, and he goes, I want to find out what kind of corruption is really around. Well, you fucked up. You fucked up and picked the wrong psychopath on the spectrum, because he's gonna hunt you down. He's gonna find out what's going on. And that's good. That's good for everybody. That's how you should be looking at this. Like, wow, we have a brilliant mind that is examining these really fucking corrupt and goofy systems.
That's what we need. That's exactly right. Because we can't begin to get well until we find out the issues. What's not the band-aid issues, right? The real issues. And that's what Elon is doing. And I support him full-heartedly. I really, really do. Full-heartedly. All right. So listen, I told you guys about Whale 589. Here it is. He's on X here. At Whale 589 YouTube channel. It's the same, in all capital letters, Whale 589. Definitely go check him out. This is an interesting thing that he says about Flare Networks. Here's what I appreciate about Flare Networks. You can invest in a new L1 without new money. Without new money. Bridge ETH or stables to Flare for yield. Low entry to barrier with minimal fees. No need to manage LP positions. Well, I think you always need to manage your LP positions, but it's a great point. It's a great point. So great video here. He put this up here. I try to do my recorded version of this as well, but number one, I not trusting doing the phone thing with you guys know how I buy first while, not trusting that. But hopefully I'm going to be able to do my version, the deaf zone that is my internet approval or allowing. If I get that, I'm going to do this version of this as well. I like Fair Flare. I really do. I think it's awesome with a capital A. So check out Whale 589. Feels like a good dude getting into the Flare DeFi. We need more people doing that, promoting it and talking about it. All right. So what's next? This is from what is that? 801 XRP. This is from the hearing today. It's a great clip. It's a really great clip. Check this out.
All digital assets are. So what can the SEC actually accomplish? I offer the following suggestions, which I believe are consistent with Commissioner Peirce's 10 priorities. First, the SEC should articulate a sound legal interpretation for when digital asset transactions are subject to the securities laws. A clean break is needed from the Gensler era's legal imprecision and sweeping assertion that nearly all digital assets are securities. The interpretation should begin with an acknowledgement that the digital asset itself is not a security. A disciplined transaction-by-transaction analysis must be used to determine whether an investment contract is present because it is required by the case law and should be adhered to by the Commission. Second, the SEC should consider withdrawing Gensler-era litigation alleging unregistered exchange, broker-dealer, and clearing agency activity. So what
Talking about the lawsuits, talking about making sure that the asset itself is not a security. Whether you do a certain transaction that might be a security is another thing. It's unfortunate that guy off to his left, the Mossad person, didn't quite understand that. So if you want to get that full hearing, you can check out my YouTube channel. I did the live stream on that earlier today. Look, I mentioned AI agents. I believe it's going to be the killer app in this space. I really, really do. I think the genius of an AI agent combining with crypto, combining with real world utility from what they call frameworks as well. I think it's the killer app. I really, really do. It's early days, but it's a killer app. And since it's early days, you know what they say: own the 1%. That's the mantra that I believe works best. So for the longest time, builders have asked, when Solana launched, this is from the virtuals, one of the virtual people at over there, right? When Solana launched, they wanted virtuals plus Solana attention. They wanted the killer app ecosystem. Virtuals is number one, right? For building, creating AI, and all that. It was on base. They launched on base. They wanted virtuals, utility, plus Solana attention, comma, liquidity, both things, attention, liquidity, we call it ACU, right? Attention, community, utility, right? Degenerate users, haha, right? What is a degenerate user? Someone fully engaged in an ecosystem, participating, and now it's here. He said, interesting point here. If the protocol made $60 million trailing 4 months on base, it would make 240 million on Solana. He said that was a 4x. Yeah, it is a 4x. Except the fees go back to the agent ecosystem, because that's what agent builders need to continue deving. Get it? You get it? We're here early. We can fight it, or we can realize the reality of what it is. Solana attention, Solana liquidity, Solana, or what we used to call raving fans in marketing and business, degenerate users. That's the answer. Hope the people at RippleX Dev are paying attention to that. The Kabisi letter breaking. Bitcoin exchange reserves have hit a 3-year low of 2.5 million as demand continues to grow. This is per CryptoQuant. People are demanding physical gold and more Bitcoin. If you know, you know. This Ben Rickard guy said something I think is very, very interesting, and I hope people are paying attention to this. The United States stands at the brink of the most profound monetary overhaul since the 1970s. Evidence suggests that federal authorities are methodically laying the groundwork for a managed devaluation of the dollar. Coordinating tools such as gold reserves, trade barriers, and strategic asset stockpiling to orchestrate a comprehensive financial reset. This calculated shift signals the emergence of a re-engineered economic framework poised to redefine global monetary dynamics. That is the bigger picture. We're at the heart and center of one of the parts of that. And maybe the gold people will as well. I hope so. I hope that the gold people will get that reevaluation of the gold. And I really do. I mean, they've been waiting a minute, tried, and, just trials and tribulations, and continuing to hold and continue to accumulate it. I hope so. I hope they get that reevaluation. I really, really do. So this is Mario DeFalk covering David Sachs, because he's part of that podcast group there. He's part of that. And he's talking about, look, the first thing we're going to do is get the stablecoin pass. And next we're going to work on the market structure bill, right? Let's take a listen.
Maybe because digital assets can be many things. You can have some digital assets are cryptocurrencies. They're actually currencies. Then there's things that are crypto securities. Then there's things that are commodities. Bitcoin actually is regulated as a commodity right now. And then you've got things that aren't securities or commodities, or like collectibles, like NFTs, things like that. So there's all these different categories. And one of the things that the market needs is just clarity around the definitions so that founders know what the rules of the road are and they can actually just comply with them. So giving them those definitions and describing how a crypto project could start, for example, as a security, and eventually the protocol could become decentralized enough, or maybe it becomes a commodity. That whole idea, that's called market structure. And there was a bill in the last Congress by French Hill, who is the chair of the House Financial Services Committee now, that passed the House with 71 Democratic votes. So it was fairly bipartisan, but then it went nowhere in the Senate because frankly, the bank committee at that time was run by Sherrod Brown, who is anti-crypto. So it got stopped in the Senate right away. Now we have Republican control of the Senate, and Tim Scott's the new chair of the Senate Banking Committee, and he's expressed support. So I think now we could get a bill on market structure like Fit 21, again, which was French Hill's bill last Congress. I think we could do a revised and updated version this Congress. And that was one of the things the chairman expressed support for. So I think there's a pretty good chance we can get this done in the next 6 months.
So that's pretty cool. Now he's saying stable coins and market structure in 6 months. I doubt it, but I'm hopeful. I doubt it, but I am hopeful. So Vet, I just want to share this again because I think this is a very poignant statement, even, leading to profound. Ripple payments integration into the XRP ledger DEX is the flip of the switch moment. It's pretty cool. Now, I'm going to take a listen here to Raoul Paul, and then I'm going to share what I think is the answer for you and I. Take a listen.
We have the richest generation in all history by all measures, but we're the median person with no saving, with too much risk-taking investments, way too many equities versus fixed income or any other investment, and certainly over cash. At the point in the business cycle that is getting mature, and we're waiting for the next recession to roll along. When that recession comes, it's going to halve equity prices or more. This is the most overvalued stock market in history, and therefore we should expect the price of equities to fall significantly. That leaves a huge hole in the balance sheet. All of those people, the biggest group on earth ever to retire, they won't be able to buy equities. To buy the dip, they'll have gone. The Gen Xers and millennials can't afford to buy that dip. This is a huge risk for the largest generation of all time. And it's something people need to be massively aware of. We have
It's very, very cool. I love it. Here's what I think is what he's suggesting there is, look, when we get this crash in equities, last year Rastani was just talking about that a signal, how he does the signals just triggered and all his sophisticated indicator stuff that he got about the same stock market that Raoul Paul is alluding to, that is about to kind of come down, right? And so it's about to crash, right? And then you got, it's a big thing to understand. We got this big, the wealthy people are just really, really wealthy, but you got the median income that barely has any savings because the system is set up that way. It's set up that way. You gotta get it. It's been set up that way. So think about the fact that an accredited investor, that's a barrier to owning assets. You get that? The accredited investor is a barrier to owning assets. The key in creating generational wealth is being able to access and have access to assets. By the way, they talked about that in a hearing today as well, making it more accessible for the average Joe and Jane to get access to assets, right? Hugely important. But for me, this is probably the answer. This is what I believe to be the answer. This is a platform for the digital asset holder of XRP, right? It's called Doppler Finance. Maybe Doppler Finance is, I don't know, maybe they've been the chosen one now for Orchestra or Moy Finance. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Says they're backed by Ripple. So I don't know what happened to Orchestra Finance, but we covered this before. the ultimate yield platform for the XRPL ecosystem. The first XRP Fi transform idle XRP into active asset, active asset. For the first time in history, XRP holders have the opportunity to stake their XRP and earn yield. Idle XRP, which has remained dormant until now, transforms into active assets through Doppler Finance. XRP deposited into Doppler will not only be utilized in CDeFi, centralized finance, I don't know, and DeFi, but also will continue to expand its utility, eventually contributing to crypto economic security and beyond. So, look, I believe DeFi is the answer for the average Joe and Jay. I'm not interested in institutional DeFi at all. But if they allow me to lend my asset and help fund loans, I'll do that for sure. But DeFi is definitely the answer in my humble opinion. So liquid staking tokens created for XRP and XRP sidechain tokens on Doppler can be utilized across various DeFis now within the XRPL ecosystem. Now, I'm told that Doppler people are the same ones from Garen Labs, right? Got the Garen wallet, got the Garen Labs. I believe this is the answer for us all, right? And so we're early and we are here. We're in it. We're you know, knees deep, 2 toes, 10 toes deep is what they call it. We're here for it and feel blessed to be in this position. So listen, guys, this wraps up your XRP Ripple daily news in around 0 to 10 minutes. I hope that it has been of value to you. If it has, do me a favor, hit that like button. It's one of the greatest ways to support the channel. And by the way, if you happen to be in the 55% or so of people that are hanging out, listening to and watching the CryptoCeej, do me a favor. If you have been enjoying those hangouts, please consider subscribing to the channel. And don't forget to ring that notification bell, baby, so that you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video. I'm going to end this one like I do all my videos and remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and I, we're already winning. And I would ask you to consider this, or perhaps ponder the idea or notion of living your life permissionless. I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya. Bye.